A day on the focus. Hey, history buffs and curious minds. Welcome back to A Day on the Focus, your daily dose of historical happenings. Today's date? February 24th. Buckle up, because we've got a whirlwind tour through the ages. First stop way back in 484 AD. King Huneric of the Vandals, not known for his hospitality, decides to replace all the Nicene bishops with Arian ones. Talk about a religious shakeup. Some poor bishops even got shipped off to Corsica. Not exactly a vacation getaway. Fast forward a bit to 1303. The English get a bit of a spanking at the Battle of Roslin during the First War of Scottish Independence. Ouch! Then, we have a royal assassination in 1386. And King Charles III of Naples and Hungary? Meet his untimely end in Buda. Lesson learned. Never make too many enemies in high places. Let's jump to 1525, the Battle of Pavia. A Spanish-Austrian team trounces a French army. Guess the French weren't so Pavia-licious that day. I had to, sorry. And speaking of treaties, 1538 brought us the Treaty of Nagyvarad, a real mouthful, between Ferdinand I and John Zapolya. History geeks, make sure to add that to your vocabulary. We also have the announcement of the Gregorian calendar in 1582, thanks to Pope Gregory XIII. No more confusion about leap years. At least not as much. 1597 gives us the last battle of the Cudgel War in Finland. Cudgels? Sounds medieval and slightly comical. The 17th century brings us the premiere of Monteverdi's L'Orfeo in 1607, one of the first operas. Opera lovers, rejoice! Interray. And just a few years later, Handel's Rinaldo premiered in London in 1711. 1803, a landmark moment in U.S. history. Marbury versus Madison establishes the principle of judicial review. Legal eagles, take note. And sadly, 1809 saw the burning of London's Drury Lane Theatre. Poor Richard Brinsley Sheridan. 1813 brings us a naval battle. The sinking of HMS Peacock by the USS Hornet. A clash between British and American naval power. February 24th, 1848. King Louis-Philippe of France abdicates. Revolution in the air. The first perforated postage stamp appeared in 1854. Anymore. That's something to stick a stamp on your calendar. 1868 marks the impeachment of President Andrew Johnson. He was acquitted, but still a first. The infamous sinking of the SS Gothenburg on the Great Barrier Reef in 1875 is another tragic story. 1917, the Zimmermann Telegram. NS time. Germany tries to get Mexico to attack the U.S. sneaky, and Estonia declared its independence in 1918. 1942, the tragic sinking of the MV Struma, resulting in many deaths. A chilling reminder of wartime tragedies. Also in 1942, the Battle of Los Angeles, Enteth. Or just a false alarm? We'll never know for sure. Then comes 1966's Ghanaian coup d'etat, ousting Kwame Nkrumah. A chapter of political upheaval in Africa. 1991. The ground war in the Gulf War begins. A significant turning point in that conflict and force. And sadly, many other events such as airplane crashes occurred in the following years. Okay, that's a quick glimpse into February 24th throughout history. Whew, a lot happened. Creative story. Imagine this King Huneric, from our 484 AD stop, is somehow transported to 1942, observing the Battle of Los Angeles. He's baffled by the anti-aircraft fire, believing some new, strange form of religious persecution is in action. He whispers, "By the gods, are these weapons from some new Aryan sect?" He then tries to banish the strange flying objects to Corsica, only to find they are impervious to his decrees. The whole episode ends with him wondering what the fuss is about, as he's whisked back to his own time, muttering about the strange light in the sky. In all the chaos, nobody even noticed the king's appearance. And that's all for today's trip through time. Join me tomorrow for another exciting journey through history on A Day on the Focus.